Hello everyone, this is Bobby. Welcome back to Your Father's Story, the next episode, episode 2, I should say. Episode 2 of Your Father's Story. To quickly summarize what these videos are. I bought this book. I can't remember if it was at Target or at Walmart. I bought it off an end cap. Basically, it's kind of a journal kind of thing. It has questions in it. You're supposed to fill it out for your kids to read later in life, or, you know, God forbid if something happens, blah, blah, blah. So, I bought this book, and then it sat on my desk for like a year or two. And then I decided that I was just going to make videos of it. I was going to pick several questions randomly, and then I would answer them, and then I would show the videos to the family, and they seemed to enjoy it. So the boys were really they're really complimentary of it, and believe me, they will tell me if they don't like something. So excuse me. So I took that as a sign. So I'm gonna pick some more questions out of here, and then we're gonna see where these videos go. I really didn't look through this very much. I don't think I said that in the last episode. So I obviously have an idea of some questions that are in here, but I really don't know what kinds of questions are in here. So let's go ahead and have a look, shall we? Oh boy. This one says, what was the worst lie you ever told growing up, and who did you tell it to? Did anything ever happen? Oh boy. Well, one lie comes to mind immediately, and I'm gonna go on the record right now and say that this is embarrassing, quite frankly. It's something I'm really kind of ashamed of, and I'm also gonna preface it by saying that please remember I was a little kid at the time. I say little kid, I was probably like in 5th grade. This was after my grandfather had passed away, and and this is probably after the fact too, like maybe months, could be a year, I don't know, it was sometime had passed. I tried to use my grandfather's death as an excuse to get out of going to school. I even made a post-it note and stuck it on the inside of my nightstand that said, "Remember to cry about Grandpa tomorrow." Yeah. So that's something I'm not particularly proud of. Yeah. I don't know what my mom must have thought at the time. And she did eventually find that post-it note. This was probably months later, and just put it on top of my nightstand. Just let me know that she saw it. And yeah, I kind of felt like an ass. I will say. I mean, I felt like an ass at the time, and then I felt like a bigger ass later when I found the note. So yeah, that was something that happened. I think did anything happen from it? I think I got out of going to school that day. So yeah, that's a lie that I told that I'm not very happy about, and I've never forgotten it. You know, it's one of those things that, as someone who suffers from depression and anxiety, you tend to remember the bad things a lot, and that's one of those things that sticks in my mind that I wish I hadn't done. But I was a little kid, and I was stupid, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's one of those things you really got to try to, just accept and move on. I mean, it was freaking, I don't know, my grandfather passed in 1989, I think. So this is like, oh God, I gotta do math. It'll be 40 years in a couple of years. So yeah, that's it's one of those things that I don't know. I have no words to add to that. Like, it's just, I'm not proud of it. I am absolutely not proud of it, and definitely one of those things that I wish it didn't happen. I'm sorry, Grandpa. I've already apologized to you many times, but I'm gonna apologize again on air in front of everybody, just to try to cleanse my soul a little bit. I'm trying to think of other lies that I told. I know for a fact that I told more lies than that. It wasn't something that I did terribly often, but you know, I was a kid. What can I say? I can't think of anything off the top of my head, really. Nothing really sticks out like that story does. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Well, let's see if we can lighten the mood after that little nugget of information. Oh, look, I have a check mark on this page, which means I already did. The check mark is for the bad trait question from the last episode. How did I open exactly to the same page? This freaking book has, like, I don't know how many pages in it. It has a lot of pages. I opened to the same page. I guess I'll do the question on the other page, which is, what are you most thankful for? I have so many things to be thankful for, and you guys probably know this. My family and my friends probably know this because I generally post every once in a while on Facebook talking about how thankful I am for various things. Obviously my family first and foremost. Without Kate and the boys, I don't know what I'd be doing with my life. I really and truly don't. But I've also really been blessed to have this amazing circle of people that have looked after me and that have always been there for me. And that stems a lot from, I guess, I mean, I think they'll tell you. I'm putting words in other people's mouths here, but I think it stems from the type of person I am. I always want to make people happy. I always want to give people whatever I have if they need it. And it doesn't always work out for other people, but I think for me it's always come back around to me. So I'm very lucky in that respect too. So it's always something I've been very, very grateful for. We always talk about Blanchard luck, me and the boys do. This idea that, you know, I guess it's like Murphy's Law. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. And that it's true. It's 100% true. But the truth of the matter is that I've also been very lucky in things that have happened in my life. And, you know, a lot of times I get the short end of the stick, but also a lot of other times things have really worked out in my favor. So, you know, it's like, you can't ask for too much, I guess. And sometimes the way things happen is the way it's supposed to be. So, you know, you really can't get too greedy sometimes. And not everything is going to work out your way. So, you know, I guess I'm just rambling at this point. But that's really what it is. And that's really what I'm thankful for, is that I've been very lucky in life. And I've been very lucky in the type of people that have become part of my life. And, you know, I don't think it gets much better than that. So that's all I really got to say. And I'm also really thankful, and I've said this to both boys. I'm really thankful that I had two boys that, you know, they're not without their faults. We all have our faults, but they're two really, really good kids. And, you know, I guess that's it. They're two really good kids that, you know, they didn't get themselves into trouble. They didn't, you know, they didn't go and do anything stupid, you know, anything crazy, anything like that. So, you know, I was really, really lucky on that end too. So it just saved me a lot of heartache And I really didn't either as a kid, but I also did do a lot of other things that drove my mother's blood pressure up as well. So I guess I'm really grateful on that end as well. That I have two boys that really don't stray too far from the beaten path. I guess that's a good way to put it. So yeah, I'm very, very thankful for that too. Well, that kind of lightened the mood, but not really. Let's have another look. Oh, these are chapters too. Holy crap! I'll be a monkey's uncle. Chapter 3: Becoming a Dad. Okay, we're gonna have to flip to a different page. These pages don't flip very well. Okay, what we got here? Well, these aren't going to lighten the mood. Which one do I go with here? I guess I'll go with this one. Did becoming a father change the way you saw the world around you? I think it's fair to say that it did. I don't know that I can explain how. At least for the most part. I mean, some of the things are pretty obvious. You look at things from a different perspective when you're caring for a child. And in life, it's like, I know it's just completely different. I know I talked a little bit before about not being mature enough when I became a father. When Christian was born, I was still very much in that wanting to play video games all the time kind of thing, and but I did kind of see it. When Christian was born, the focus wasn't as much on just hanging out and doing whatever anymore. It was, now we really have to focus on making sure the bills get paid, making sure we have food and clothing and all the necessary stuff that we need for a family and for the baby and things like that. And I said before that I hadn't broken away from the becoming a kid and into a man kind of thing. It's not to say that I didn't try. It wasn't like I didn't feed Christian or put him to sleep or anything like that. It's just it was tough to break away from that kind of thing. And but yeah, you definitely, I think, see things from a different perspective. You kind of have to readjust how you lived your life previously and how you're gonna be living your life going forward. So and also you I know I suppose it depends on what kind of person you are, but everything becomes fraught with danger. Like you start worrying about what could hurt the child, and this and that, blah blah blah, things around the house and things that you do normally that you couldn't do after. It's a whole different mindset, and it could definitely take time to readjust to that. I don't know if that really answered the question, but I guess that's really kind of how I see it. It's just a whole different way of thinking about things, and but I wouldn't have had it any other way. And of course, by the time Aiden came around, Christian was 5, I think, at the time, so I was pretty well adjusted at that point. So that was a whole different thing. So it was just kind of like going right into it. All right, I got another kid, so here's what we got to do. And after Aiden was born, the birth was really tough on Kate. So Kate was kind of out of commission for a little bit. So it was really just me for the first couple weeks there, taking care of Aiden. So I guess that was good that I had that perspective by that point, so that it was just me and Aiden pushing through those first couple weeks, watching Big Bang Theory and, not getting any sleep. So, yeah, I think, I think that answers that. I think that's all I really got to say about that. That was 3, wasn't it? I think that was 3, but we're going to try to go for one more. I want to try to lighten the mood a little bit. And I'm going to oh shit, they got more products on the back here. 3,000 questions about me, a journey within, 300 writing prompts, 1,000 things you didn't know about me. I can make videos about this forever. Holy shit. Well, that's something to look into. Alright, I'm going to do this thing and flip to a different page. How is this question? This question is not going to work. This isn't the question I'm going to answer, but, the question is there anything you always wanted to ask me but never did? If so, what is it? What, are they going to write it in the book? What if I'm already dead? I can't answer it. Dumbasses. Okay. Alright, I'm going to cheat a little bit because, if I do these other questions, I'm just going to start crying. So, alright, hold on. Here we go. Perfect note to end on. What was the naughtiest thing you did as a kid? Did you get caught? This is perfect because I was actually just thinking about it the other night. I don't know if it counts as the naughtiest thing I ever did, but it's the only time I can remember being grounded. So, I'm going to go with this one. The naughtiest thing I ever did... did I already talk about this? I don't even remember. I'm going to talk about it again. There were a couple kids that moved into the trailer park I was living in, and they weren't the normal kids that I hung around with, and they were troublemakers. And they came over to my house one day, and we somehow got around to burning little pine branches with matches in the backyard, and it was just little tiny piles, but it could have been a lot worse. I think it was actually right next to a giant pile of pine branches that my mom wanted my dad to take care of, and he never did. So yeah, we did that. And yes, well, I don't know that we got caught. I don't know how my parents found out, to be honest with you. It's entirely possible that I told them. It's entirely possible that I told them. And then I got grounded. So yes, I did kind of get caught. I got in trouble. When I got grounded from baseball for a week. Now that might not sound particularly bad, but we played baseball every day. We had a baseball field in my backyard. It actually ran uphill. Christian probably remembers that. Aiden might remember it a little bit too. We had this little baseball field that ran uphill, and we played baseball every single day, or baseball-related activities, kind of thing. So yeah, getting grounded from baseball was a big deal, and yeah, I remember one particular day when my friends were playing pickle. And for those that don't know, there's 2 bases, and there's a person at each base with a baseball glove, and someone has to run in between, and the 2 players with the gloves throw a ball back and forth, and you have to try to tag the runner with the ball, that kind of thing. My parents wouldn't allow me to do that either, because I was grounded. So credit to them for sticking to their guns with that. So I didn't get in trouble very often at all when I was younger, but that was the one time I can remember. And I don't recall ever burning any branches in the backyard again, at least for a long time. At least when I was old enough to be able to control it and not do anything else stupid. So yeah, I think that probably counts as the naughtiest thing I ever did. And yes, I did get caught, and yes, I did get in trouble. So yeah, see, I was a kid just like everybody else, and I did dumb things. So, yeah, there you have it. And I think that just about wraps it up for episode 2 of Your Father's Story. Hope everyone enjoyed that. It seems like this episode, or this series, is I don't want to say a hit, but when I put it out on Facebook, people seemed interested. So I'm glad. I was looking for something that that I could put out there that my friends might like a little bit more, because a lot of what I do in the channel is video game related, and a lot of my friends on Facebook, a lot of them may be, an exaggeration, but not everybody plays video games. They probably would prefer, if they watch anything I did, they'd probably prefer if I did a blog kind of thing, or a vlog, or whatever. So this is probably more down their alley and something more that they're interested in. So so hopefully people find this interesting. I'm enjoying doing it. I was looking forward to doing this video today, so I hope that I hope everyone enjoys that and think it's cool. RobertBlanchardBooks.com. If you're interested in the award-winning Roar of a Dragon series, you can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. If you'd like to hear more about them, the Rise of Dragons podcast, wherever you find your favorite podcasts. My Linktree, my Instagram, my Twitter, all Bobby's World 2110. Mondays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Dark Souls Remastered Naughtiest run that's going on right now. Or as I called it, well, depending on when this episode comes out. I don't know if it's this past episode or the one before. It was Hot Garbage Remastered, the Naughtiest run. I'm fed up with this game. I'm completely fed up with this game. I'm just crapping all over it at every chance I get. So, but we're pushing forward through that. And Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is Soulsborne Battle to the Death, where I pick 2 random Soulsborne bosses, and I pit them against each other, and then I do bios, and then I decide who I think would win, and then you leave your opinions in the comments. So that is everything that is going on right now. Leave a like, subscribe, notifications, and all that crap. I love you guys, and I appreciate your love and support very much. The channel has, I've said it a few times in a few videos recently, but the channel has experienced a little bit of growth lately, and I've been very, very appreciative of that. So, and I have you guys to thank for that. So that means a lot to me. So as long as you guys are here for it, I am going to keep pushing out content, and hopefully you guys will continue to enjoy it, and then I'll just keep pushing out more content. That's how the cycle works. So so yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have an outstanding week. Be well, stay safe, and as always, it's Bobby's World, and you're all just living in it. See y'all, see you alive, y'all. Bye. What's going on, guys? Thank you for checking out the video today, but I got a question for you. Did you know I wrote a book? Did you know I wrote 3 books? Did you know that they're all part of the same series? The Roar of a Dragon, The Treachery of a Weasel, and The Cry of a Raven. ReadersFavorite.com says that its intensity rivals that of the Game of Thrones series. Now, I personally think that's crazy, but it's not for me to judge. It's for you to judge. Go to RobertBlanchardBooks.com and you can check out the books right now. But wait, that's not all. All 3 books got 5-star reviews in ReadersFavorite.com. These books won the Silver Medal in the Literary Titan Awards. The Cry of a Raven won Silver at the Global eBook Awards. So what are you waiting for? Read about Aiden's dream to become a Knight of Delmar. Read about his death and resurrection. Oops, I gave that away, didn't I? And read about his journey back home from 3,000 years in the future to stop the evil that started in Delmar. Go to RobertBlanchardBooks.com. You can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. And then, if you're interested, you can buy the books there as well. And if you've already read the books or you just want to hear more about them, you can check out the Rise of Dragons podcast. You can listen to it wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. And in every episode, I cover a character from the book, an event from the book, my journey into writing, and everything in between. Ripley, what do you got to say about all this?
Give me a treat or I will end you.
You know she's telling you to check out the books. Go to RobertBlanchardBooks.com to check out the books, or listen to the Rise of Dragons podcast if you want to hear about them. That's all I got to say, and thank you for watching this video.